Yom Kippur War, youth in the Syrian established YES, Youth Emergency Services for Israel. This project was coordinated and sponsored by the Sephardic Institute for Advanced Learning. The following videotape represents a 24-hour period in the work of YES for Israel, opening with Rabbi Moshe Shammah, Dean of the Sephardic Institute. Projects that you've been supporting with the funds you've raised.
First, I'd like to make it absolutely clear that this project is not a substitute for United Jewish Appeal. The UJA is vital to Israel for the economy, settling of immigrants, and so on. However, there are many supplementary services which we can offer to Israel. Firstly, medical supplies, which are urgently needed. Secondly, help for orphans and widows of the war dead. And thirdly, aid for Israelis who are stranded here and don't have money to return and would like to go back and help the military effort.
What are your names?
Ron Hirsch, Ike Hazen.
Ike Hazen here.
Where are you coming from, Ron and Ike?
Well, right now
We're from Club 100.
How did you do there?
We did very well thanks to the Syrian community. We collected over $1,000 in cash.
I want to all hear it for the $1,000.
Excuse me, listen, how did you get this money? How is that possible?
We just walked in, asked the people for their sympathy and to pour their hearts out to us. We got $1,000 in cash without
their money.
any
They poured.
discretion, without any hard
poured.
feelings.
Alice Sardell. Diane Schneider. We went collecting around the neighborhood to 2 blocks, and we got $115.
Wow, $150?
Yeah, just from boys watching the Met game.
Unbelievable. Where'd you go? You just walked in the houses and off the street?
We just walked in the houses, and they were more than willing to give because they don't know what else they could do. I mean,
Fantastic.
anything they could do. They were even willing to go to a girl's shower and go take an envelope and collect on the
honestly wanted
girls.
to go. One guy was
Are you
going to walk
serious?
us back to the shower that they had today. And we said, give me an envelope, and he was
Fantastic.
And they
wanted
keep
it up.
giving constantly, whatever's in their pocket. You know, they give every day, but any penny counts. Little kids, 8 years old, take out pennies and say here for Israel. And it really is nice. It makes you feel good when you see them do that.
Girls, we're really proud of you. We really appreciate what you've done, and thanks a lot for your help.
Can't help them.
In recognition of Yes for Israel, Mr. Shlomo Levine of the Israeli Consulate was sent to express their appreciation for the outstanding efforts of the youth in the Syrian Jewish community.
That the Arabs started against the state of Israel on Yom Kippur, desecrating our holiest day, is one of the wars. It's not a new thing. They were planning and contemplating ever since the beginning of this century, even before the state of Israel was established, to annihilate, to exterminate, to destroy the Jewish people. They felt deprived that Jews are coming to settle in Israel. They felt that the Jews are coming and chasing them away from a place where they were living. And all the years and all the time, they were trying to find a way to find a solution to the Jewish problem, the way as Hitler did during the Second World War. And thank goodness and thank God he did not succeed. So the Arabs who are of the Zera Amalek, although they are Semites, but in this respect, they have one thing in their mind: to destroy us.
Too many people in the office. I know that there's 50 people outside knocking on the doors, but there are too many people here anyway. Where did you just come from? Give me 1 second. Where'd you come from? How much did you get? $718. Don't believe it.
$18. Now let's get this list over here. Man, see this guy over here? What's he doing? What is it? What is it about?
Listen, we're busy over here. We don't have time for pictures. There's 20 people out there, Ronnie. We got a lot of work to do. What's this with the pictures?
Here we have.
Right now, and this is the typing room. We have about 10 young men and ladies here from the Syrian community that have been working here for hours. It's now late Saturday night, and I want to talk to a few of these kids. First, we have a young man here. This is Ricky Grazzi. Ricky, how long have you been working here?
Oh, for hours.
What made you come? I mean, why do you want to do all this?
Well, I figure I get very few chances in my life to do a worthwhile thing, and I really feel that I have to take an advantage of this opportunity to do something worthwhile.
Beautiful, Ricky, really beautiful.
Eddie Ash.
Eddie Ash, where do you live?
East 4th Street.
What are you doing here?
I'm typing letters and certain things to go out for the committee.
Who put you in charge of the typewriters over here?
What's his name? A.B. Terzi.
How long you been working?
About 2-3 hours.
Why are you doing it?
I feel I'm obligated. People are going and fighting Israel, and I think this is the least I could do.
I think you're a terrific kid. Get your hands over here. Out of the way.
Typing letters to the president to urge him to support.
Read me one letter, please, so the people can know. We want to hear what one of the letters says, folks, so we can understand what this is all about. Listen carefully.
We must help those who help themselves. Israel has shown true courage in her battle with the Arab states. I thank you. Sincerely.
Excuse me, can I ask you what you're doing here?
I don't know how to type.
Well, what are you doing?
I'm watching the typing.
What's your name?
Abe Mansour.
What are you doing here?
Watching them type.
Are you going to type?
I wish I could. These letters out from all these different companies, Burger King to Kosher King, Terrian, sending them, urging President Nixon to continue support if he's not impeached before the war is over.
Okay, Abe, for the president. What are you doing here? What's your name?
Abe Israel.
Where do you live?
2203 Coney Island Avenue.
How long you been working here?
10 seconds.
What'd you do today?
Well, we went only to Club 100, but it was very successful.
How much did you collect?
Over $1,000.
$1,000 from the Club 100. Hey, for the Club 100 over here.
Allah Yisa'adak.
Linda Benini. Yeah.
What are you doing here?
I'm calling up all the people in the community and asking them for donations to the widows and orphans, and we're getting very successful response.
How have you done so far?
Very well.
What did you collect so far to date? Couple of $1,000?
$10,000.
$10,000 from the telephone calls on the operator.
656 casualties or losses mean that there are 656 or more widows, mothers who lost their husband, and they have to look after their family on their own. They have to start working. They have to change all the course of their life. 656 casualties and losses mean 1,000 or 2,000 boys and girls, orphans, who lost their parents, who lost their security in life, who lost their family routine was cut off. They have to get used to live without a father. They have to to get used to a new set of life. And all this is causing an upheaval in the country.
Young group of students coming in. What are your names, please?
Sammy Mizrahi.
And Eddie Rudy. Sammy and Eddie. Where were you, Sammy and Eddie?
The Kingsway. On Kings Highway in Coney Island Avenue.
That's the Kingsway Theater. Yeah, how did you do there?
Not bad. We made, I think, no, we made $34.
$34, that's very good, right. Here's the boy with the money. Look at this. Let's see this sign. The sign here says emergency medical supplies for Israel. And these young boys are going out on their own time Saturday night to collect money for Israel. Beautiful, beautiful.
What are you doing here with all these boxes?
We're having a clothing drive. We have facilities in Israel that we're sending all these clothing to. We have girls outside.
Are these girls working with you?
Yeah, they're all working with us outside.
Are all these girls working with you?
Yeah, they're all sorting out into men's, women's, children's. They're sorting them out into men's, women's, and children's clothing. We're going to send it over to Israel. We have it all pre-packed, so that when it gets there, everything will be all set.
Where did you get all these clothing?
All the clothing is coming from the Sephardic community. We had flyers and posters and announcements, and all the people are sending it down. Every year we have one, and this is the best drive we've had yet. So far we have about 75 tons. We should get about 150 more. Hey! There are people gathered from all over Brooklyn.
All these cars are
really beautiful. It's really nice. On a beautiful day like today, we should be able to...
I can't say shit.
How long have you been doing this?
this morning? 10 o'clock this morning. But how many boxes you think you filled?
Quite a lot. Really a lot. Everyone's healthy, really.
Like they look like hundreds of boxes here.
Yeah, more than that. Everyone's healthy.
I tell you, every one of these girls is packing away like a pro here.
Damn.
Amy, how much money you got here, Amy?
I don't know, about $15.
About $15.
$15, $16.
Where did you get
$16.
it? Where'd you get all that money?
From people.
On the street, in houses,
Only on the street.
around your house, or you went
No.
someplace?
I went to Ocean Parkway and places.
You went to Ocean Parkway and you just asked people for money on the street?
Yeah,
And they said, okay, you're AB, have some money?
yeah,
Did they ask you what it's for?
yeah.
What'd you tell them?
Israel, emergency fund for Israel.
Yeah, and they gave you without any questions.
Yeah,
Tell us once more how much money you got.
$16.
What was that?
How much money you got? 100, how much?
105.
Beautiful.
Why don't you show the dollars?
Okay, girls, go ahead, check your money and let's go. Next, see what you got. How much you get? How much did you get?
And back from the club and raised $1,000 with Mr. Sam Sutton. In the car along with him is his little daughter and Eli Bennett, who raised $24 just running around the streets. Two beautiful little kids.
How much did you collect in the club?
$1,000!
Second pickup is 24 hours.
Okay.
Second pickup is $2,000 in less 24 hours.
Go ahead.
Okay, we're now driving down Ocean Parkway on our way to Kosher King and to Brighton Beach to check in with the Kosher King crew and the young couple who are collecting money in Brighton Beach. The excitement all over the Sephardic community here in Brooklyn is amazing.
Here we are at Kosher King, folks. We're coming in to check on our 25th tank collection of the day. Kosher King has been one of our best accounts, and we'd like to take you inside now for a personal interview with our young youth emergency services kids who are collecting here at this shift. Thank you.
Go ahead, go over.
Fantastic. 1 second. Can we ask you, what do you think about these kids raising money here for Israel?
I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, have you seen them go around and speak to anyone?
Yes, they've come over to me and I've given.
Fantastic. How do you think the response has been from all the people here?
I think most people give when they're asked.
Yeah, I agree. I really do.
You think it's a good idea for young people to go around collecting money for Israel during the crisis?
I really do.
Beautiful. Thank you. Kosher King fish tank. Joey Bijo's with us. Where's that little girl that's collecting the money? She's running around someplace, Lori. Listen, how you doing, boys?
Yes, good man.
What are you doing?
Yeah, talk.
Come on. How's the funds going?
$200 so far.
They sent a couple $100.
A couple $100. It's beautiful.
We collected, if you know, close to over $1,000 in the last 3 days, and it's coming up very nice. We also have another tank at the other Kosher King, doing very well.
I'll tell you, the excitement here at Kosher King, as usual, is gigantic, but the peak is this little tank where people are constantly throwing in money. Let's get an interview with some of the people around the counters.
This little girl just threw some money in. This little girl just threw some money in.
Manager of Kosher King, Ike, tell us, how's the appeal coming?
Great. It's just great. Everything's great.
So far, you sent over $1,000 food in.
Yeah, $1,000 worth of food. Everything's great. Everything's great.
Isaac, have the
Great,
the kids
just great.
raising money been any hindrance to your business?
No, it's been great. Everything's just great.
Excuse me, can I just talk to you for a moment? What do you think about these kids raising money here for Israel?
Fantastic.
I saw you grab a couple of balloons. You like that little balloon?
Yes.
He loves the balloon anyway.
Be a hindrance to the business?
Yeah.
Yeah, what have they been doing?
They keep asking me for the money, so I won't spend it here.
No. Have they been giving you a lot of money? To the tank?
Yeah.
Yeah, is it going well? Everybody excited?
Yes.
No, let's go. Holy, there's just... Which girl? She's unbelievable. Which one? How you doing? Come here. I want you to see one of the big money raisers of our campaign. What's your name?
Lori.
Lori what?
Hatted.
Lori Hatted. How much you been raising today, Lori?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how much yet.
About how much you think you got in the tank?
20.
You got about 20 yourself?
So far, yeah.
So far, yeah? Just from this in this little cup here?
No, I emptied it.
What are the responses of the people when you're asking them for money?
I gave already.
And what do you tell them?
Give again.
And what happens?
They give.
They give again?
Yeah.
You ever hit the same person twice?
Yeah, plenty of times.
Yeah, and what happens then?
What happens? They said you gave again. Excuse me. How would you like to give me some money for Israel? Oh, we have to. Oh, you gotta give again, please. And nickel, anything does. Anything goes. Excuse me. Sure. Why not?
Excuse me, sir. What do you think of these kids? Ready? Okay. I want you. The abundance of Kosher King. The abundance of Kosher King balloons is in. Everyone's blowing up Kosher King balloons, and that's the evidence that people have been giving money. Balloons are being given out to people who have been throwing money into the fish tank.
I collected $44 for UJA.
We have a little boy here who's just telling us about how much you collected. Where'd you get the money?
Around New York and in Shul.
What's your name?
Robert Richter.
Robert, how long did it take you to collect that money?
A day.
A whole day? You gave the day up all by yourself, went around collecting?
Yeah.
Is this your sister?
Yeah.
What's your name?
And I collected $8.68, and I spent it all day.
You did it all day. You're working very hard for it, huh? How do you like that ice cream you're eating?
It's not ice cream. It's sherbet.
Is it good? Beautiful. Okay, we're going to be leaving Kosher King right now. We want to thank everyone here for their help and their support to Israel. Shalom, shalom.
Newspapers, and you saw in the picture, one of the pictures showed that when our boys were captured in Sinai and were taken to captivity, one of the boys carried the Sefer Torah with him. Okay. And when I looked at the Sefer Torah, on the one hand, I was sad. On the other hand, I was happy. I was sad because I thought to myself, here, not only our boys are going to captivity, even our Torah and everything that the Torah stands for is being taken by the enemy. I was happy. I say to myself, here our boys are going to captivity together with the Torah. The Torah is going to protect them, to guard them, and to give them some hope and inspiration. The boys, knowing that the Torah is with them, they will be encouraged. But there is another story in connection with the Sefer Torah which shows really the purpose and the intention of our enemy. When the Syrians took over one of the villages, a few villages on the Golan Heights on the first and second day of their onslaught, they entered into a place by the name of Ramat Makshemim. And in Ramat Makshemim, there was one of the most forward yeshiva outposts. You know that yeshiva boys are allowed to carry on their yeshiva studies combined with military service. Instead of serving in the army for 3 years, they can do it for 4 years. Part of the time study the Torah and part of the time to go and fight. So each yeshiva of that nature is really a military unit. And one of this yeshivot was in Ramat Makshemim, very near the Syrian border. And when the boys, after 3 days, came back to the village and entered to the synagogue, to the yeshiva, they found out the Sifrei Torah were taken away. And a day later, when we captured some of their tanks and we burned them, we found the Sifrei Torah in one of the tanks. So what would you expect? That they took the Sifrei Torah in order to take it back to their people and to show them that they captured some of Israeli property and even their Torah. But not that. Their savage attitude, barbarous attitude, not only to human beings, also to the culture, was shown in that particular case. We found that the Sifrei Torah were torn into pieces, and they dirtied it with the filthiest stuff, just to put their anger against this Torah, because they knew that the Torah is the source of life, the source of inspiration, and the source of our hopes and aspirations.
Well, we have Mr. Batesh here again. Ralph, I understand that you've been working on a very special project with Ralph Gable. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, Ralph Gable has Automotive City. He's in the car repair, car parts and such, and he felt that we could help the Israeli cause by obtaining for them certain parts, truck parts, tires, and batteries that might be needed in Israel. We were able to call up General Uzi Narcos in Israel, and he gave us a name and the counselor to contact, and we found out some of their requirements, and we got together many congressmen and senators and generals in the Army and the United States Army who had materials that we needed or that the Israeli government needed. And we were able to get for them a certain quantity of merchandise amounting to over $250,000. Today, this merchandise has been shipped already to Israel, and the council has thanked us very much and asked us to obtain some other items that they personally could not obtain through official channels. Ralph Gable was very, very instrumental in this, and I'm sorry he's not here tonight so you can speak to him, but certain other things that we will get, we're all chipping in together today to use all our resources to find out what availabilities that we can obtain for them. Somebody obtained army jackets for the armies over there. There are many things that all of us have contacts in our business associations, and we'll coordinate all this together. Maybe we could all chip in and do our share to help out the Israeli army to obtain what they need.
Speaking here to the gentleman who coordinated and is sponsoring this whole affair, Rabbi Moshe Shama, the Sephardic Institute. Rabbi Shama, what do you think of the response of these young people?
I think that the response to Israel has been fantastic. We haven't seen the youth of this community or hardly any other community as active as these boys and girls have been.
I see somebody coming in here with a stock of money.
Forget about that. We got a poem over here written right now by one of our aspiring young writers or playwriters, whatever you want. What's your name, sir?
My name is Ezra Debach.
Have you been working for this organization long? It couldn't be. It's only a week old. Okay.
As long as I can.
Take it away.
Not long ago, on the holiest day of the year, our enemies began an attack, but the Israelis showed no fear and hollered, "We'll get you back." Now the Israelis fought back with all their might, and when they fight alone to try to knock the enemy out of sight, but not without the help from us at home. Many men died in senseless bloodshed to keep our Jewish nation alive. Out on the Sinai, there is all that red that says we will survive. In order to win, our wounded must we repair, and money we need from you at home. We sure you all give because we know you care. The organization is Magen David Adom.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.